I finally proposed back after his 15 fake proposals. Okay, buckle up because this is the longest slow motion breakup of my life, and honestly, the only reason I didn't lose my mind halfway through is because I kept telling myself, no way he does it again. Spoiler, he always did. I dated Mark for 4 years, lived with him for 2, and for most of that time, I genuinely believed we were heading toward marriage. We had those late night talks about kids, browsed Zillow like delusional millennials, even debated which side of the family would host Christmas once we were official. His friends teased him about proposing soon. My family basically had the champagne chilling. Then came the proposals. The first one was on my 27th birthday. Nice dinner, candlelight, he's jittery and touching his jacket like he's hiding something important. Then he drops to one knee. The restaurant goes silent. I start crying instantly. He opens the box. Inside, earbuds, and he says, I thought it'd be fun to give you your gift this way. The only one laughing was him. I tried to brush it off, like, okay, dumb joke, whatever. But then, Thanksgiving happened, at my parents' house, in front of my extended family. He clinks his glass, gives this whole sappy speech, kneels again, and pulls out a photo of a rescue cat he wants us to adopt. My mom cried for real this time. My dad half stood up like he was about to welcome a new son. My cousin whispered, dude, is he okay? They didn't stop. They actually got worse. Christmas morning, proposal number 3, a smartwatch. New Year's Eve, in front of all our friends. He asks me to be his permanent gym buddy. Valentine's Day, he hired a violinist, a whole violinist, dropped to one knee to ask me to take a cooking class with him. The violinist literally put her instrument down and walked out. At some point, everyone's reactions became this awful, predictable choreography. Strangers gasping, friends groaning, me sitting there dead inside like, okay, what's the stupid twist this time? My boss even took me aside after Mark did it at our workplace holiday party to ask if I was safe at home. The 13th time was at my sister's baby shower. He used the microphone, and asked me to be his date to his high school reunion. The 14th time, my cousin's wedding, during the cake cutting. He grabbed the mic and said he was inspired by true love, then asked if I'd feed his brother's dog. We were kicked out. The bride cried. I wanted the earth to swallow me whole. But the 15th time, that one broke something in me that I didn't even know could break. His mom had just passed, and we were at the reception after the funeral. Sad, quiet, everyone drained. He stood up, said something about how his mom always wanted him to settle down, got down on one knee, opened a box, a house key. He wanted me to look after his mom's plants. His aunt slapped him. His cousin stared like he'd just started speaking in tongues. I felt absolutely nothing, just empty. That night, lying awake in bed, I realized he wasn't scared of commitment. He was terrified of sincerity, and he'd been using me, my reactions, my humiliation, as entertainment for years. So I decided to do something incredibly petty, incredibly calculated, and honestly cathartic as hell. I spent the next 2 months getting close with his dad, a lonely widower, sweet man, the total opposite of Mark. I helped out when we visited, cooked, cleaned, sorted mail, listened to stories. We bonded. He started calling me kiddo. I genuinely adored him. Then I planned a birthday gathering for him. Invited all the relatives. Mark thought I was being thoughtful. During dessert, I tapped my glass. The whole room went quiet. I gave this heartfelt speech about family and resilience and love after loss. Mark looked confused but smug, like he expected me to praise him next. Instead, I turned to his father, got down on one knee, and asked if he'd allow me to remain part of his family someday, because I was leaving his son. Chaos. Pure chaos. People shouting, plates dropping, chairs screeching, his aunt cheering, his cousins arguing, Mark turning purple, his sister looking like she wanted to throw a chair at him and hug me simultaneously, and his dad, he just teared up, stunned but gentle. I stood and explained that Mark had taught me proposals can mean literally anything. Dog sitting, cooking classes, watering plants, so I was using the gesture to tell him goodbye with complete sincerity. I told his dad I cared about him and would love to stay in his life if he wanted that. Mark absolutely lost it. Called me manipulative, cruel, insane. His sister immediately shut him down, yelling that he'd been emotionally screwing with me for years. The room basically turned into a tribunal, with Mark on the losing end. Click the full story to see what happened next.